Okay, so now we're in the truck. What we're going to do is our interior checks. We've got our list. We're going to check the height of the lorry, which is just up there. Now we're going to check the instrument warning panel. So we're going to turn the key on. And what we're looking for is all lights come on at the moment. It's doing a lorry check. Make sure all lights go off except for we're looking for, make sure we've got enough fuel for the journey, and our air pressure is in the green, which is good. Okay, now we're going to start up the lorry at this stage. All lights go off. That should go off. The only ones left on is the parking brake and the seatbelt light. That's all that should be on at this stage. So all the lights are working, everything, we're happy with all that. Okay, while the engine's on, we're going to check the mirrors at this stage. They're all clear and adjusted. Same on the left side of the truck as well. Then we're going to do the wipers, which is this one here. Outer one. Wipers on. We're going to wash the windscreen. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to check that the horn works. So let's make sure it's safe around us. It's all safe. Horn and the fog horn. Next thing we're going to do is I'm going to press the accelerator and rev up the engine. And in the bottom mirror, because our exhaust is on this side, I'm seeing if there's any excessive air. And that's fine. We're okay. Turn the engine off. Put the ignition itself back on. Now we're going to put the lights on. So we switch our lights to the on position. 2 clicks. Put the fog lights on, which is to push it in. See the green light came on. Pull out and the amber light should come on as well. Our hazard lights on this truck is there. Also at this stage I'm going to ask the examiner would he check the brake lights, because the brake lights are on the list. And we're also going to offer to do a brake check at this stage. If the examiner allows you to do a brake check, you're just going to move the lorry forward about 10 to 15 feet, apply the brakes and stop, but leave the vehicle in that position. Don't reverse it back, secure it. Now we're going to get out and check all of our lights are working on the external. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're on the outside, so we're going to look back up our list. We're going to have a look and see what we've got. So up the list we've got wipers. We've got mirrors first of all, so if we can reach the mirror, we can open the door, open up the steps, stand up, reach the mirrors okay. We can reach the wipers if we can reach them. Check the wipers, there's no rubber coming apart and no splits. They're in good condition. They're fine. Windows intact, no cracks in the windows. From there we're going to close that back up. Okay, so now we're going to check the marker lights. They're both working, they're clean, clear, no cracks in them. Going to check our main lights, they're all working. They're clean, clear, no cracks. They're in good condition, stable. Once we've done that, we're going to go around the lorry and start checking on the side of the lorry, check the indicators are working correctly. So we're moving down the lorry, and what we're now going to check is that the mirrors are all stable, secure, not going to fall off, glass is clean, clear. Every light we check. The tyres, we've got 1mm depth of tread on the tyre across central 3/4 of the breadth of tyre. Should be consistent all the way around the tyre. There's no cuts and bulges in the side tyres, and there's no thread showing. They're inflated correctly. The wheel nut indicators are pointing at each other. There's the same amount of thread shown on each wheel nut. Everything's good there. We can still check things as we go along. You won't be penalised for that. The lenses are okay. That's okay. Exhaust is fine. Check the exhaust condition there. The fuel cap's on. Side guards. You won't get penalised if you're doing anything like this, but you must get the mirrors. You must get the reflectors in. Check between the twin tyres are okay. They're not bulging, and there's enough air in them. Check the reflector again. The tyres, it's got 1mm of tread again on both tyres, on the twin one as well as the outer one. The wheel nut indicators pointing at each other as both the front ones. Same amount of thread shown, there's no rusty bits. Tyres are in good condition, there's no cut and bulges. In the tyres, no thread showing. And again, we can look up the list. The lights are, marker lights are good. Lights are clear, working. Lights are clear and working. They're fine, checked that they're not going to fall off. We do have marker lights on the side of this lorry, make sure it's okay. We could take a step back and look under. We can see the gap between the wheel arches of the twin tyres, and again, if we step back here under the mudguard, we can see the gap between the two twin tyres. Still using our list. We've got our mirrors, they're fine, they're stable enough. Reach the top on, they're fine, no cracks, clear, clean. Lights is good. Up to the sides, up to the tyres. I'm going to check on the tyres. We've got a minimum of 1.1mm tread depth. It's got to be consistent all the way around the tyre, and the 1mm should be across the 3/4 of the breadth of the tyre. There's no cuts and bulges in the sidewall, they're all good. Wheel nuts are equal amount of thread shown, there's no rust shown, and the pointers are pointing to each other, so they're all good. Suspension looks fine, that's okay. We go down the lorry, we check every lens, it's okay, good condition. Lens, going to pop our heads through, check that there's a gap between the twin tyres and that there's enough. The tyres are inflated. On the tyre there should be a minimum of 1mm of tread depth on the tyres. Across the central 3/4 must be consistent all the way around the tyres too. Make sure there's no cuts and bulges in the sidewalls of the tyre. They are properly inflated. To inflate the tyres, it does tell you on the side of the tyre what they should be inflated to, and also we're making sure that the wheel nut indicators are pointing at each other, which they are. The same amount of thread is shown on each wheel nut, and that's fine, it's all always good. There's no rust dropping down as well. Up to here, again the reflector is fine. Check the lights at the back.